Now you've completed the 3 steps of the Content Explore activity. I'd like you to reflect on the process and think about what we've learned from this activity. If you like, you can pause the video, write down your reflections, and then play the video again to hear my thoughts. There are a couple of things I'm trying to highlight in the activity, but I want to first explain that in this course, you will be asked to design and develop 2 lesson plans related to technology and technology integration. So one of the goals with this activity is to help you find a starting point for lesson planning. Think about the first step in this activity. We're exploring and identifying the academic standards that are either required or important to be addressed in teaching. So here is the first thing I'd like to highlight. To create a lesson plan, even if it is a lesson about technology or a lesson enhanced by technology, the starting point is not technology. Instead, looking at the required content standards could be one of the starting points. We cannot get directly into technology resources or technology tools without looking at the content standards first. Here is the second point I want to highlight. What do we do after identifying the content standards? I know there is a place in the lesson plan where we are expected to list the standards. But is that all? Recall what we did in step 2 of this activity. We examine the standards to find out the content focus and identify the thinking skills that are required. These are very important steps for teachers to determine what to teach, because the content focus tells about the specific knowledge, concepts, and the topics that should be taught. Thinking skills indicate the depth of knowledge and understanding learners must demonstrate and the types of cognitive process students must actively engage with in order to achieve the standard. So I want to encourage you to always carefully examine the standards you're trying to teach when you develop lesson plans. In the third step of the activity, you are asked to find digital content materials for teaching the standards. Since you've identified earlier that these are the challenging standards, one thing we emphasized in this process is to make sure the materials you find could help you address the challenges. So the point I'm trying to make here is that we should select technology resources and digital materials in a mindful way, making sure they help us address the content focus and support the development of the thinking skills required in the standards.